South African President Cyril Ramaphosa and economic freedom fighters EFF leader Julius Malema are facing mounting international pressure after the strongly worded diplomatic warning given to them by the government of the United Kingdom. The UK Foreign Office is seriously concerned with South Africa's current political direction, raising fears of foreign investment threats, declining democratic standards and growing instability following the nation's 2024 general election. The message, which analysts said was unprecedented in tone, was said to have been conveyed through regular diplomatic channels and underlined at a press conference in London. British officials were said to express concern at inflammatory language by South African political leaders, aggressive policy proposals against UK-owned companies, and increasing evidence of economic uncertainty related to the protracted coalition talks. The 2024 election saw a historic political change, with the African National Congress ANC losing its parliamentary majority for the first time since apartheid's end. Amidst the ongoing coalition negotiations, speculation has mounted over an ANC EFF radical alliance, something that has already raised alarm at home and overseas. The UK statement made it clear that policies eroding property rights, risking nationalisation of sectors, or ignoring legal principles would greatly harm the long-standing relationship between the two nations. The Foreign Office spokesperson stated, "The United Kingdom is very concerned by recent indications emanating from the political situation in South Africa. Policies which erode the rule of law or investor confidence risk serious harm to cooperation." President Ramaphosa, already strained by internal turmoil within the ANC, is now subject to increasing external pressure not to take part in a coalition that would give the EFF disproportionate economic power. His refusal to distance himself from the EFF's contentious demands for land expropriation without compensation and drastic economic overhauls has been condemned as either a sign of political desperation or disconcerting deference. In a statement to try to calm international allies, Ramaphosa spoke on the phone saying, "South Africa remains committed to the rule of law, democratic values, and foreign investment. We will engage with all our partners, including the United Kingdom, to ensure mutual understanding and cooperation." Julius Malema, however, issued his typical defiance. In an angry speech to supporters near the EFF headquarters in Johannesburg, he dismissed the UK's interference, calling Britain neo-colonial arrogant. "The UK should mind its own business. We are not a colony. If British businesses are taking advantage of our people and resources, they should get out. We are not asking," Malema told the roars of applause. His own rhetoric, although good news for the EFF grassroots, has heightened fears in diplomatic and economic communities who interpret the comments as an indication of the party's willingness to move aggressively and possibly destabilizingly on the economy if it obtains more influence in government. At the same time, South African political commentators point out that the UK warning can be seen as a trend among the world powers that are starting to think of the nation not only as a strategic ally but as a potential source of instability in the continent. British concerns have been echoed secretly by some officials in the European Union. While the United States State Department is said to be watching closely, global financial institutions such as the IMF and World Bank have also shown concern regarding the direction of South African leadership, especially within the setting of coalition talks that might give influence to radical economic leaders. Money markets responded anxiously to the diplomatic news. The South African rand dropped sharply against major currencies after the UK's declaration, and a number of multinational investors demanded immediate clarification about South Africa's economic course. London analysts caution that unless investor anxiety is properly addressed, the nation stands the risk of capital flight and a precipitous drop in foreign direct investment. Increased uncertainty has brought Pretoria to the world spotlight. Foreign investment represents a large percentage of South Africa's employment-generating industries like mining, manufacturing, and information technology. An additional instability would worsen already high unemployment and inflation rates. Domestically, business leaders and civil society organizations have called on Ramaphosa to be seen to be exercising clear leadership. The South African Chamber of Commerce issued a statement warning against policy choices that would erode investor confidence or constitutional protection. The present environment demands level heads, long-term thinking, and a resolute commitment to democratic norms, the statement said. Even some ANC veterans have cautioned, saying that a coalition with the EFF could undo years of advances and drive away international allies. With coalition talks heating up in the coming days, Ramaphosa's decisions will be under close examination not only by local political players but also by international partners and investors. Whether he gravitates towards accommodation or conflict in his possible alliance with Malema will have far-reaching consequences for the economic stability of South Africa and its democratic destiny. The world's eyes are now firmly on Pretoria, and Ramaphosa needs to walk a tightrope between political survival and protecting the nation's international reputation. The stakes are as high as ever, and the cost of errors might be paid for decades to come.